ASMR Lady Lucidity Art. Hello my lovelies. This week's video is actually a request that I got a couple of weeks ago, asking if I could draw a wolf. So here is my wolf. I don't know if it's going to be a male or a female wolf, so I'll have to think of names at some point. So here is my little starting sketch, and I've done like outlines, coloured in the nose a little bit, and also started shading the eyes properly. I always seem to start with the eyes and nose first when I do a drawing. I don't know why. So if you would like to see how I finish this drawing, then please, by all means, stay tuned, and I will see you in a moment. So for this drawing, I'm going to be using a mixture of pencils along with my technical pencil. So I have a 3B, an F, a 2H, and a 5B, and my technical pencil. So I'm just going to pop those over there a second. So I'm going to zoom you in so you can better see the detail. Okay, so just move him down a little, and I think I'm going to start with the ears and try to work my way down. So I'm just going to rub out my guidelines a little bit before I start. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with the F pencil. For the insides of his ear. So I'm going to want this section in the middle to be dark. So let's just put a line around there for now, so I know where I'm going. So, as I mentioned at the start of the video, it's been kind of a hectic week for me. Actually, it's been a crazy 2 weeks for me lately. Basically the reason why I put up the small update video was because I actually haven't had time to record at all this week, which I'm really upset about, because I promised myself when the new year started that I would try my best to get a video out each week for you guys. But I've been so busy with my course, as many of you know, and I'm doing a course, and driving lessons when I can fit them in, and also my regular job. I've been doing a lot of extra work lately, so I have been super busy. So I do apologise. However, I do have a very special surprise for all my lovely subscribers. Last week I had a whole day where I filmed a very special video, and I may have mentioned it before in one of my other videos, but it's a special project that I've been working on, and I can't tell you guys a lot about it because it'll ruin the surprise, but I'm hoping you'll all enjoy it very much. So I will be releasing the video for that very soon. But yeah, like I said, I can't say much about it, but I just hope you guys enjoy it. So, as I mentioned, this is a request video. I got a comment not long ago asking if I could draw a wolf. So here's my attempt at drawing a wolf. I don't generally draw many sort of dogs. I'm actually really a cat person. So many animals I do draw tend to be cats mainly. However, I have to say that I think wolves are stunningly beautiful creatures. They're very intelligent. They're just really cool. So they are like my one exception when it comes to dogs. So let me know in the comments if you guys are dog people or cat people. I'd love to know. I've never actually owned a cat. I would love to have a cat. Unfortunately, my parents, we never got a cat. We always had hamsters or bunny rabbits. And currently where I'm living, we are not allowed pets. So I have to have my stuffed animals instead. Cuddly toys. So maybe one day I'll have a real cat. Okay. Huskie's ears are starting to look more like a bat than a wolf. Oops. Maybe I should give him some more fluff. Maybe he's a bit more wild than the rest of the wolves. Make him a very fluffy wolf. Although I showed this sketch to one of my friends and she said actually the eyes look more like husky eyes rather than wolf eyes. They're kind of, obviously they're very similar, but I think it's just because it's so white in there. So, I don't know. I'm not an expert on wolves, or dogs, or huskies in general, so I'm just guessing really. Okay. I have a little friend with me today, and I'll just show you her quickly, because I don't actually own any wolf like cuddly toys or plushies, even though I'd quite like one, I think, to add to my collection of toys. So I've gone the opposite, and I bring you a snow leopard. Let me just zoom you out a little. There we go. I don't know if you can see her. Oh no, she's a snow tiger, sorry. And her name is Taya. So, say hello, Taya. She's one of my many, many different cats. So, let's put you away. So, I like to have different cuddly toys in my videos, depending on what they are, like the theme. But unfortunately I don't have enough cuddly toys to do one for every video. So, I'll have to make do with Taya today. Not particularly arts related, but if you'd like to see my cuddly toy collection, I can arrange to make a video if you would like that. So I'm actually going to switch pencils now. I'm going to go for a more blendable one. So this is the 3B. Oh no, sorry, 2B. And I'm going to use this for my fur lines, just so I know roughly where I'm going to go. So just make a little pattern in there. Like so. Doing outward motions as I go out to the sides of the face. This might look a little odd at the moment, but you'll see when I start to blend the different layers in. Let's just move those. And start to lengthen the hairs as I come down the face. Okay, so I'm just going to stop that section there. and change to a harder pencil. So now I'm going to start a few millimetres in from the other lines that I just did, and I'm going to add to them. Obviously being careful of the eye section, because I want to keep that empty for the time being. Okay. I just want to darken that out a little near the first line, so you can see hopefully between the dark and the light a bit better. It's just a case of building up layers with fur, but typically even cats have this. Around their face they'll have dark and light areas. So when you're drawing anything with fur on it, even if it's, say, a black or a white cat or dog, they will still have obviously different areas that need to be shaded differently, such as around the eyes and the ears. They have different places where the light hits their face, so you have to bear that in mind. So I'm just going to carry that on a second. So here we are. You can see the different layers, but because I've used a lighter pencil over the top of the dark, I've managed to blend them a bit better. I've also added some shading under the eyes, and I brought the fur further down. So now I'm going to work in this middle section here, because I've noticed on a lot of dogs, and even on my brother's dog, that's a dash hound, so he's very different looking. They always have this bit in the middle, like I guess that's where their brows meet, where they frown and pull funny faces. So I'm just going to add a bit of texturing in there, and I've come back to my 2B for this one, but I'm using it very lightly, again in outward strokes, so it kind of looks like a feather. And just drag it out to the top, and grab my F pencil and just carry it on and shade very lightly over the tops of the ends to blend it in a bit. Just going to push it out with my thumb a little. Okay. We don't want this area too dark, because that's going to be my highlight spot. So we've got this white area around the eye, and this little pad of white, which I've noticed a lot on huskies particularly. So we'll keep that area light and basically shade around it just to highlight it. One of our neighbours has, they have two beautiful huskies, and they have like the most amazing eyes, but I always noticed the two little pads on the front of their faces. Always makes me giggle when I look at them because I think they're like two extra eyes. So just do some shading and a little bit of fluff, like the odd tufts of hair sticking out. You don't want too much because he'll end up looking like a panda. Okay, so working down to the nose. About my guideline, and I'm just going to do a blurred line instead of a harsh line. I'm just going to shade it lightly and then smudge it. I love smudging, I'm always smudging. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to switch back to my softer pencil to shade in the nose. So I've got my 3B. So we've got our two half circles where his nostrils are, like so. So I'm actually going to neaten this up a bit because I drew the nose very quickly and very roughly, so I'm just going to neaten that up. And draw it back in. Okay. So I'm going to lightly go over it, very softly, with my 3B, just to give it some colour, well, some depth at least. Okay, don't forget his middle crease line in there, make that slightly darker. And always make sure the nostrils are darker. Okay, so I'll probably add a bit more to that later on when I'm finishing, but that looks good for now. Put his little mouth line in. All the lines here are very rough, so I might have to neaten them up in a minute. So I think he looks a bit more like Aslan than a wolf, so I apologise for that. I'm not an expert on wolves, like I said earlier, so I'm mainly trying to work from a reference photo in an animal book that I've got next to me, so I'm trying my best to get it right, but Obviously a drawing is different from a photograph, so but that's that side. So if I basically put my hand over that side, hopefully you can kind of see it. I think he looks a bit more like a bear this side, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So, get that down there. I'm now just filling in, and these are kind of just personal odd details that I want to add to the fur. And I think I actually want to lighten up this section here. It got heavily smudged while I was trying to fill in areas. So small rubbers are also very good as highlighters. So I use the edge of mine if I want to lighten up the fur and it's not too harsh of a line. So there we go. I think he looks a bit more wolf-like now. Now he's almost complete, our Mr. Wolfie. And if I just put my hand that side, you can see where we've worked and where we haven't. So I'm going to go away now and finish the other half of the drawing. Unfortunately my voice is starting to crack a little, so I will put a link in the description box if you would like to see the finished image. Then click away. And thank you very much again to the lovely lady who asked for this video. This is for you. I hope it was okay, and I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. And as always, I will see you in my next video.